The atmosphere in Cincinnati was electric. Tennis fans everywhere felt the buzz as Carlos Alcaraz captured his first Cincinnati Open crown in a final most people didn't see coming. The stage was set for a hard-hitting showdown, but the sudden retirement of world No. 1 Jannik Sinner, after just 23 minutes, stunned the crowd and shifted the spotlight to the young Spaniard. Alcaraz's win marks one of the most memorable moments of the 2025 tennis season. With this victory, he adds another ATP Masters 1000 title to his collection and cements his spot as a true force in the sport. There was much more on the line than just a trophy. Rankings, records, and bragging rights were all in play. This post breaks down exactly what Alcaraz gets after this historic Cincinnati win and what it signals for the rest of his year. How Alcaraz clinched the Cincinnati title. Carlos Alcaraz's path to the Cincinnati Trophy felt like a sprint rather than a marathon. The highly anticipated final against Jannik Sinner ended almost before it started, leaving fans surprised and eager to understand what unfolded on court. The story behind this title is a lesson in timing, form, and the unpredictable twists that define elite tennis. The swift and unusual final, the Cincinnati final, started with two of the world's most exciting players, Alcaraz and Sinner, ready to battle. But within just 23 minutes, the match took an unexpected turn. Sinner, known for his competitive drive, had to retire due to sudden illness. At the time of retirement, Alcaraz was showing the kind of sharp, aggressive tennis that made him the favorite to win. He'd raced to a 5-0 lead in the first set, dominating with deep returns and lightning-quick footwork. Alcaraz hit his stride early, keeping Sinner behind the baseline. Sinner struggled to get his first serves in, pointing to his physical issues. The crowd was left shocked when Sinner walked up for a handshake, signaling an early finish. The bigger picture, season momentum. Alcaraz came into Cincinnati with his confidence sky high. By the time he lifted the trophy, he'd collected his third ATP Masters 1000 title of the 2025 season, after previous wins in Monte Carlo and Rome. This kind of run isn't common. It's the mark of a player who's not just talented but consistent. On all surfaces, 17-match Masters 1000 winning streak for Alcaraz, heading into the final, 54 wins and 6 titles on the ATP Tour in 2025, more than any other player. Dominant record in Masters 1000 finals, now 8-1. Rivalry and high stakes. The clash with Sinner had extra weight beyond just another title. This wasn't their first showdown of the year. In fact, these two have clashed in 3 high-stakes finals in 2025, Roland Garros and Wimbledon's, splitting victories and spelling one of tennis's strongest current rivalries. Head-to-head now stands at 8-5 in favor of Alcaraz. After Cincinnati, every meeting in 2025 carried major ranking implications. Both players arrived in Cincinnati with something to prove. Sinner wanted to defend his hard-court streak and show his previous Wimbledon win wasn't a fluke. Alcaraz aimed to even the score and strengthen his grip at the top of the rankings. With Sinner's retirement, Alcaraz didn't just win a title, he seized critical ATP points heading into the US Open, shifting the balance in their ongoing battle for world No. 1. The fastest final, why it matters. Tennis finals rarely end so quickly. This match, decided in less than half an hour, stands out as one of the shortest Masters 1000 finals on record. The circumstances, Sinner's illness and Alcaraz's start set the stage for a moment that was as unforgettable as it was brief. In a world where most championships are endurance battles, Alcaraz's Cincinnati win was a reminder. Tennis can change in an instant. Preparation, momentum, and even a bit of luck all play their part at the game's highest level. Alcaraz proved he was prepared to take any opening, no matter how sudden, and use it to charge even further into tennis history. The rewards of a Cincinnati Open victory. Winning the Cincinnati Open goes far beyond adding another trophy to a player's collection. For Carlos Alcaraz, the 2025 title pays off in prize money, ATP ranking points, and a powerful boost to his tennis legacy. Let's break down exactly what this win delivers for Alcaraz and why every aspect matters to his career. Prize money and ATP points. The 2025 Cincinnati Open had its richest purse yet. By capturing the title, Alcaraz pockets a massive $1,124,380, 7% increase over last year's winner. This is more than just a paycheck. It's a sign of how major events continue to grow and reward top players. Victory at a Masters 1000 event means a hefty haul of ATP ranking points. Cincinnati gives the champion 1,000 ATP points, enough to make a real difference in the world rankings race. For Alcaraz, these rankings points extend his gap above his closest challengers, including Jannik Sinner and Novak Djokovic, strengthen his hold on the No. 1 or No. 2 ranking, depending on other results this month. Lock in a top seed for the upcoming US Open, boosting his chances for another deep Grand Slam run. Here's a quick glance at the key stats. Achievement: 2025 Cincinnati Open winner. Prize money: $1,124,380. ATP points: 1,000, adding to his big titles legacy. In men's tennis, big titles are defined as Grand Slams, ATP Finals, and the 9 ATP Masters 1000 tournaments. These are the crowns that separate good players from the true legends. With his Cincinnati win, Alcaraz lifts his 8th ATP Masters 1000 trophy, continuing to rack up big titles at a pace that puts him in elite company. How does he stack up to other all-time greats? Let's look at the numbers. Player: Masters 1000 titles. Total big titles includes Grand Slams and ATP Finals. Novak Djokovic 40-70 más, Rafael Nadal 36-59, Carlos Alcaraz 8-13, including 2 Grand Slams, 3 other big titles. Jannik Sinner 4-6, Djokovic's current number as of August 2025, while Alcaraz still has distance to cover to reach Djokovic and Nadal's counts. What sets him apart is his hit rate. He's won 8 Masters 1000 titles from just 9 finals and, attention-grabbing, 89% conversion rate. That's efficiency you almost never see at this level. Each big title pushes him further ahead of most current peers and marks him as a player who steps up when it matters, boosting Alcaraz's career profile. This Cincinnati trophy does more than fill Alcaraz's cabinet. It marks him as an undisputed leading man in men's tennis. Whenever a player adds a Masters 1000 to their bag, agents and sponsors take notice. For Alcaraz, this means new and bigger endorsement deals. Top global brands want winners, especially those who thrive on big stages. More media attention and regular headline coverage. Every big win draws interviews, magazine covers, and television segments. Enhanced reputation as a global sports star. Winning at prestigious events adds to his clout and draws worldwide fans. A significant step in the race for year-end World No. 1, with ranking points that add fuel to a possible top finish. Alcaraz's ability to shine in high-pressure matches isn't lost on sponsors or fans. Each win adds to his global value, bringing new opportunities both on and off the court. With Cincinnati 2025 under his belt, he's not just seen as a young prodigy, he's a clear favorite in every tournament he enters, and a face of tennis for the next generation. The rivalry with Jannik Sinner, a new era in tennis. No current rivalry captures the energy of men's tennis like Carlos Alcaraz versus Jannik Sinner. Their matches feel like the heavyweight bouts of this era, carrying the weight of history and the new guard's ambition. Every time they meet, it seems to raise the entire sport's level, with fans and experts always circling the date on the calendar. The Cincinnati Open final may have ended abruptly, but its context in their head-to-head makes the story even richer as we look toward the US Open. A look at their head-to-head record, Alcaraz and Sinner's rivalry has turned into the main event on every big tennis stage in 2025, with Alcaraz now leading their head-to-head 9-5, including a commanding run in major finals. He's shown not only consistency, but a hunger to pull ahead, especially when trophies and top rankings are on the line. Their matchups this year alone featured in the French Open and Wimbledon finals. Alcaraz took the French Open in a 5-set marathon, while Sinner answered by capturing his first Wimbledon crown, beating Alcaraz in 4 sets. Each clash has carried tremendous significance, not just for their resumes but for the ATP's power balance. Their different playing styles, Alcaraz's creative flair and sharp angles against Sinner's cool baseline power and relentless pace, produce some of the best tennis of the decade. Here's a quick summary of their 2025 head-to-head highlights. Tournament winner. Score notes. French Open final: Alcaraz 7-6, 4-6, 6-7, 7-6, 6-3. 5-hour, 29-minute battle. Wimbledon final: Sinner 4-6, 6-4, 6-4, 6-4, 6-4. Sinner's maiden Wimbledon title. Rome Masters final: Alcaraz 6-3, 6-4. Alcaraz's dominant clay performance. Cincinnati final: Alcaraz 5-0 retirement. Sinner retired due to health. Big finals, 5-set thrillers, and matches defined by jaw-dropping rallies. The Alcaraz-Sinner rivalry has set a new bar for tennis entertainment. Their meetings have shaped the current men's tennis scene, drawing comparisons to classic rivalries of the past but with a fresh, modern twist. Every time these two step on court, it feels like the ATP's next chapter is being written in real time. Their respect for each other is clear, yet every match is a statement. When Sinner's 26-match hard-court run ended in Cincinnati, it wasn't just the end of a streak, it was a shift in the rivalry's narrative and the wider tennis conversation. What's next ahead of the US Open? What happens in Cincinnati never stays in Cincinnati, especially on the eve of the US Open. Alcaraz's win, paired with Sinner's sudden retirement, sends dramatic ripples through tour expectations and the Grand Slam draw. First, the result could launch Alcaraz back to world No. 1 entering New York. This not only gives him prime seeding, but also delivers a clear confidence boost after outlasting his biggest rival in the lead-up Masters. Alcaraz now goes to the US Open riding more momentum than anyone on tour, with 3 major Masters titles and 6 total trophies this year. Sinner's health loom as a big question mark over the New York fortnight. After retiring in Cincinnati, concerns over his readiness are front and center. If he's not at full fitness, the field opens up for other contenders, though tennis has seen Sinner bounce back from setbacks before. If cleared to play, his presence guarantees another chapter in his rivalry with Alcaraz could unfold in front of the New York crowds. For fans, here's what this means for the US Open outlook. Alcaraz could reign as the top seed, shifting dynamics for every potential challenger in his half of the draw. Sinner's fitness is uncertain, making his path through the draw unpredictable and potentially opening doors for dark horse contenders. The possibility of another Alcaraz Grand Slam blockbuster now hangs in the air, and few would bet against these two squaring off in another must-watch final. Carlos Alcaraz's Cincinnati Open win is more than a trophy. It's a signal that men's tennis has a new leader on court. At just 22, Alcaraz sits with 8 Masters 1000 titles and 22 career trophies, putting him among the very best of his era. In 2025, he leads the tour in match wins and big stage consistency, showing that his climb is built on real numbers and pressure-tested results. This victory, alongside his fierce rivalry with Jannik Sinner, gives fans a front-row seat to tennis history as it unfolds. The rise of this new generation is happening now. As Alcaraz looks toward the US Open, every slam, every showdown with Sinner, and every new milestone sets the stage for something even bigger.